Everyone in the same note, please. 13.
Ai, o baile da povoação é um baile campanudo. Ai, o baile da povoação é um baile campanudo. Ai, eu vejo a povoação pela beira de um canudo. Ai, eu vejo a povoação pela beira de um canudo.
Ai, minha mãe para me casar oferece-me uma tigela. Ai, minha mãe para me casar oferece-me uma tigela. Ai, depois de estar casado parti-me a cara com ela. Ai, depois de estar casado parti-me a cara com ela.
Music is central to the human endeavor. As long as we've had human beings making their way through the world, they've had a creative practice. What makes music so important is that it's beyond language. When we look at music, we look at the instruments as works of art. We look at the instruments as works of art that create work of art. And we look at the musician that's performing that instrument, that's acting as a vessel for the music. And we also look at the craftsman as part of that. And we look at the audience and the community who's participating in that tradition.
I think the viola da terra is one of these instruments, like many, that are bound up with people, that are bound up with place. And an instrument like this is more than an instrument. It's something that's a vehicle of cultural identity. It's a vehicle of personal identity. In a sense, instruments like this, they're more than instruments. They function almost as living entities. So when you think about the beautiful heart-shaped forms in the viola da terra, and you think about the way in which the instrument is used, it's a national voice.
And in the Azores we call it Viola da Terra. Terra means land, so it would be viola from the land.
I think that the most important part that nowadays we need is two things. One is to show the Viola da Terra to a wider audience. The Azores is we are small islands, small community, and of course it's nice to be able to show it to the outside. The second and probably the most important part is to show the importance of the Viola da Terra to the local. Sometimes we need to talk to the outside to be heard inside. And that's an interesting phenomenon that happens especially in smaller communities, where we are so used to have the things naturally around us that sometimes we do not give it the real importance. And when we see it shown outside, we realize that it's important also here.
Maybe because we live in islands in the middle of the ocean. Nowadays, everybody knows where Azores is. And I think people have a strong feeling when they were born in islands.
Well, everyone has their own way of seeing the island. I see the island in a different way. The first thing people come here should enjoy is the nature. Our nature is a very beautiful island. And even in the same island, you have different kinds of places to see. So you have our beautiful beaches. You can see the lava, the volcanic rocks. That's very beautiful to see. But at the same time, you have the lagoons, and you have the blue and the green of the water. So we have a lot of places because it's very special.
Somos novilhas, é o único, penso eu que acho que o único instrumento que temos que é tradicional daqui, que é a viola da terra e a viola da terceira. Tem que ser, eu acho que tem que ser popular nas nossas ilhas, acho que é uma coisa que faz parte das nossas raízes. A nível de artistas, é um instrumento muito... pode ir mais além. Tem que se trabalhar na viola da terra, né, que é um instrumento muito bonito. Que tem as suas características, tem os seus ornamentos muito específicos que têm muitos significados para nós, né, como açorianos, né? Por isso, é um instrumento muito popular aqui.
Tradition, especially the traditions that lead to the music and to this sort of theater, they are very deep-rooted and they are the mainstay of our cultural, especially the folk traditions. So it's very important, and keeping them is one of the main roles of the cultural policies.
Eu acho que a viola é importante aqui para nós açorianos, porque faz parte da identidade do povo açoriano. Portanto, acredita-se que as primeiras violas vieram para cá quando vieram os primeiros não, mas a terceira ou a quarta vaga de povoadores do continente para povoar aqui nas Ilhas dos Açores. E trouxeram consigo as violas lá de fora, que eles usavam nas suas comunidades.
The Viola da Terra evolved with our community. Of course, we are a community of people that settled these islands. That was up till the 1450s, there were nobody living here. The first settlers brought with them the roots of the Viola da Terra, and it kind of evolved and gained the sonority that it has now, and it kind of also gave the sonority to the traditional music. I think one thing grew to the other. Most of the music that the folk music and the music that we traditionally sing around here has been composed to the Viola da Terra, and in the meantime the Viola da Terra has been developed for that kind of music.
So each region of the country has its own particular genre. Even on the folk music, that is what we play, we have different kinds of folk music. So it's so important for people to understand that, like you have jazz, you have blues, all kind of genres. Normally we can relate to this country or that other country.
Everything that has to do with the culture, and especially the organizing and hosting cultural events, is in the center of the policies of all the municipalities, especially here in Angra, because Angra is traditionally kind of the cultural capital of the Azores, and we have a very deep-rooted tradition of having good festivities and lots of music.
A Viola da Terra é uma tradição local dos Açores e acho muito importante manter as tradições que nós temos, que nunca acabem, porque é realmente um instrumento muito bonito e as músicas tradicionais também, que nós tocamos com a Viola da Terra, também são muito bonitas e para quem gosta mesmo percebe o quanto é bonito.
viola é sem dúvida um ser humano que não fala, mas que chora e que transmite saudade para quem já não vive perto da sua família, transmite alegria, também transmite tristeza.
Saudade, we say it's a Portuguese word that has no translation. When we translate, we can say it means longing, missing someone, nostalgia. Saudade is all of that. So we have traditional music and people would learn by ear, we say, by ear or imitation. That's how I learned when I was 13 years old. The teacher would just come and start playing.
Ok.
Mas depois eu vou para trás ou continuo aqui?
Depois deixo no prato.
And we would repeat that phrase. You just learn it. If your parents would play, if your father would play, we would hear it, and then when he was out, you'd go and try and play in the instrument.
Faz parte da nossa cultura, é o que nos faz vibrar como portugueses também e, nesse caso, açorianos.
So we have 7 different types. They all look similar. They have all the shape of an 8. And then the most important is the 2 hearts. And they say that the heart represented the heart that stayed in the island and the heart that went away. Hundreds of thousands of Azorian people just left the Azores looking for better ways of living. So they say that when we turn the instrument like this, you have this crown that would represent the Holy Ghost crown we have in this island. Our biggest festivities are the Holy Ghost festivities.
Viola da Terra is very much a part of our culture, and Viola da Terra is present in all the important festive moments of the community.
A gente tem aqui as festas de Espírito Santo, que tem o paizinho, cantorias, e aí tem que ter a viola para dar aquele toque, aquela magia que é necessária.
So this in the Azores we have a 12 string. This is the instrument that is known in all of our 9 islands, and it's played in all of our 9 islands. This one has 3 double and 2 triple. So that's the importance, and that's what gives it that sound.
E a viola da Ilha Terceira é a única que é feita com 15 cordas.
No taking merit from São Miguel, but I like this kind of scale, the richness of 3 strings, because here I have 3 octaves. I have one, another, and another. Okay, I like this.
Mas quando uma pessoa escuta de verdade, acaba por descobrir que é bastante diferente. O simples facto de ter mais cordas, são afinações diferentes, é um som muito mais bonito.
Mas depois de nós percebermos, é muito agradável porque é um instrumento que tem um som muito particular, muito diferente, embora seja semelhante à guitarra espanhola, mas é muito diferente, tem um som muito, muito característico.
I think the best way to describe it is it's very soft and melodic.
Porque ao mesmo tempo que nós tocamos a melodia, executamos com o polegar também os graves, não é? O pedal, o equivalente ao pedal no piano, e portanto há um som muito abrangente, muito envolvente.
Because of the way the instrument is built, it's something that just by hearing 1 or 2 sounds you know immediately it's one Viola da Terra. So it's a very distinctive sound.
Há várias maneiras de construir uma viola da terra. Cada um depois opta pela sua forma de construir. Começa a esculpir o braço, né, da Viola da Terra. Começa a preparar o tampo harmónico da Viola da Terra e pronto, e a gente une essas duas peças. Depois constrói-se a caixa. A caixa que tem largas, né, e um fundo, e depois é preciso travessas, cintas para a elaboração do instrumento.
So people said that in the past there was no mirror, and they put the mirror in the instrument, so that when musicians went from one place to another, they would just place the instrument like this and do the hair, you know, so it'd be beautiful, or the beard.
E agora tudo depende da pessoa que toca, do tempo que a pessoa procura também. Aliás, o tempo de construção pode significar 2 ou 3 meses a fazer um instrumento.
Everybody in the Azores who has a viola, it was because it was ordered especially for him.
I had this guitar made for me by my grandfather, and I haven't used other guitars since.
Só que esta viola é diferente porque o construtor, o luthier que a fez, quis fazer assim, por isso um pouco mais moderna, e então ele colocou aqui o buraco aqui e tem outro aqui e tem o formato diferente. Mas é uma viola da terra.
E acho que é uma importância muito grande, tanto para mim, para quem faz e para quem toca. Continua isso, porque é as nossas raízes, faz parte da nossa cultura, né?
We have different techniques, so we play with the thumb. That's the technique that all the masters would play, and that's the technique I play and I teach. But if you go to other islands like Terceira, Graciosa, São Jorge, they play the melody with this finger, the index.
In Terceira we use this index and we do the bass note with this, with thumb. And technique it's different.
É um pouco de acompanhar e tocar a melodia. Aqui a nossa viola é apenas o ponteado, nós tocamos a melodia e com o polegar fazemos os bordões.
It's more harmonic, but São Miguel is so fast, it's amazing.
Nós temos que a preservar, porque é ela que levou também o nome dos Açores a muitos países do mundo através da sua musicalidade.
So when we play, we represent not only the music we're playing, we are representing the whole context of a very important culture.
We can't live without the past. We need to know where we came from. We need to continue to play, even if it's only one guy, 2 guys. The world has to know what we do.
Desde pequeno que a minha avó tocava para mim e comecei a achar graça. Depois me apanhei escreveu na escola e eu não queria ir. Desisti. E depois acabei por ir gostar e fui criando entusiasmo.
When my grandma was alive, she always wanted me to play Viola da Terra, and she gave me my viola before she died, so it makes me think of her sometimes.
Ou os pais ou os avós é que ensinavam os filhos ou os netos. E era tudo de ouvido. E acho que é por aí que a viola da terra pode ser um instrumento de memória.
quando o meu avô era vivo, eu sempre quis que eu tocasse um instrumento, mas eu comecei a tocar viola da terra e ele já não era vivo e às vezes quando estou a tocar eu sinto a presença dele.
Posso dizer que se não fosse talvez por causa do meu avô, hoje em dia não tocava viola.
My grandfather put the guitar in my hands, and somehow we saw some skill, and because of that, now I play guitar since a very tender age.
The biggest memory I have is that first class, because that defined, like I said, it changed my life in that way, because then I started to do a life that was connected to the instrument.
As memórias é baseado na viola da terra.
So it's not also only the memories, it's an instrument of memories, but it's also about living the day. And then when you have a moment that we can just be there, enjoy the moment. You are hearing the instruments, and I'm playing, and everything, the rest, the problems, there are no problems when you are playing.
I think that's why I like it. It makes everything calm.
Uma extensão de mim, e para falar a verdade, eu sem a viola não vivo.
It's something that you have to hear. More than I can say 1,000 words, but when you experience, when you hear a slower song, a sad song, you will have some kind of feelings about that. When you hear a more joyful song, that people would dance, so it transports you. For me, sometimes when I'm playing, it transports me to my childhood. So for people, especially that's immigrated and they come here to see the family, when they hear that, they cry. Sometimes they're crying of happiness because they are just of the memories.
So I believe the best way to keep these traditions alive is to keep the music alive. You need to integrate these instruments in new settings. It's creativity and innovation and the capacity of bringing this music from the past to the present and to the future.
So it's important for people to share, because the biggest problem with this instrument almost disappeared because people will not teach it.
Foi necessário abrir isto fora. Convidei aqui o professor Rafael, porque há muitas dificuldades em arranjar tocadores para os grupos folclóricos.
E daí eu penso que a escola vai ter tudo com outros elementos que vamos vir mais e pessoal mais novo e não sei o quê, com outras ideias, a coisa vai melhorar bastante.
Se isto desaparecer, morre. Parte da nossa cultura, morre.
Nowadays we have the instrument appearing in a lot of musical formations that did not happen in the past. Yes, but of course we need to evolve even more, put the instrument in other genres. But that's, of course, you have to learn that kind of music also and adapt. If we don't keep doing the classes and if we don't keep doing the events and we don't keep gathering people around, like I said, you lose motivation and a lot of our students, they go to the mainland to continue the studies and don't come back. If you don't keep teaching, what we have built in 10 years can disappear.
These two students especially inspire me because they are very young. I prefer, honestly, teach kids than older people because first they learn faster and also it's like an insurance that the music will still be here 50 years from now.
Well, the Viola da Terra symbolizes the Azorian music. There is no traditional Azorian music without it.
So for me, it's a life passion. When I'm playing, I'm always smiling. And I only feel alive when I started to do this full time. Who we are is part of how we grew up, our education, our parents. So it's special. Yes, and I like to share that with people.
Show us how you do it.
Oh, you want to see? No. I can show you how not to do it.
But you can feel everything? Yes.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I saw a scary plane. I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
But I was grateful. Woo! We did it. We climbed to the top. Woo!